Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy David Vaughn, coming back with another nitty-gritty everything of professional wrestling news. So I'm covering another legendary video as I'm covering TNA Impact as we continue to cross the line and get into the episode for July 18th, 2024, which was the go home edition for TNA Impact as they're getting on the road to Slammiversary this following Saturday. Tonight's card was decent from start to finish. We had so much going on when it came to everything that had transpired tonight. We had new quarter catch crew, Charlie Dempsey, Miles Bourne, Trayvon Heights taking on Sheeta and the Rascals and great trios action or six-man tag, as well as we had all participants signing for the main event of the pay-per-view for a Slammiversary for a contract signing, as well as we had Alicia Edwards taking on Zaya Brookside. And as well as we had on the card, we had Mike Santana gaining a measure to take on JDC, the former Dirty Dango, in singles action. But let's go ahead and more importantly, appreciate you guys coming through. Don't forget to smash the like button to get the algorithm up for this video, as well as chime down in the comments and let me know how you are feeling about everything when it comes to storylines and everything that has been going on within TNA Impact, as well as this video. If you have any compliments or anything under the sun, it's always appreciated. And more importantly, don't forget to smash that notification bell so you always be notified when I'm hitting another video. But more importantly, let's go ahead and get into the show. Appreciate you guys coming through, and let's get it started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TNA Impact for July 18th, 2024. We get into the nitty-gritty of everything. New catch quarter crew has started off the singles trios action of Charlie Dempsey, Miles Bourne, and Trayvon Heights taking on the Rascals, Trey Miguel, and Zachary Wentz, Kushida, and trios action. This match was a lot of back and forth. I enjoyed everything about it. It started off with announcing each competitor. Then things broke down when it came to the bell getting underway. Dempsey initially started with Wentz starting the match off, kicking things off in their respective teams. The two locked up and Dempsey immediately isolated the armor Wentz and goes to work on bending and stretching in a direction in which it wasn't intended to go. The fans slowly started to chant TNA, then they transitioned as well to NXT. Things really broke down as things went to tag team moves back and forth, double team moves. Each respective teams were getting in and out tags. The offensive lead to one of the teams, Miguel, took advantage of things on Bourne, slowed him down with a big forearm smash. More importantly, Heights tagged in, and then he and Bourne hit a double team tag team action as a new quarter catch crew into their corner. Kushida tagged in, helped to shift the offense on the momentum back into the tag team favor. Heights military pressed Kushida directly into the turnbuckle, and then he launched him into the air for a backup. Then, of course, Wentz ended up tagging in, and tagging takes over on Bourne, who is the legal man for the new catch crew. And then he gets in some hot shots, and then he tags in Miguel in. Then he hits two double team spots before Kushida was able to join in for all three men were able to get the brawl on. Then we had a nice stereo dive when it came to Kushida on the new catch guys onto the floor, into the ringside. Then the new catch crew started to brawl their way into offense and taking offense and taking over the match, continue to keep the momentum going throughout the match. Dempsey countered with a hoverboard lock and then tipped Kushida into an arm lock. Kushida reversed while holding Dempsey into a submission. Winston and Miguel applied a submission attempt to the Heights and Bourne at the same time. The fans break out into the "This is awesome" chant, and Kushida and the Rascals set up a big three-man spot with the two on the top ropes before they executed it. Notice Jonathan Gresham emerges from the entranceway tunnel, and he distracts the lead when it came to everything that happened. New catch crew took over the situation again, busted open Trey Miguel's mouth, Wentz is hit with a neck breaker, followed by a dragon suplex by Dempsey for the pin, and a new quarter catch crew picks up the victory in what was really a good opener match. It was decent for everything that had transpired, but I give this match maybe a 3.8 out of 5 stars. But it was really high in drama, a lot of back and forth action, transitional tag team moves back and forth, and I'm enjoying how NXT really did their thing. Of adding the new quarter catch crew into this match. They did their thing. Charlie Dempsey is becoming to his own as being William Regal's son, but more importantly, he found his own identity when it came to tonight's show. As well as things continue to be broke down when the Rascals, they did a phenomenal job of keeping us with high momentum throughout the majority of this match, but they have great chemistry and they continue to impress us each and every single week. Kushida is a true veteran and he knows how to keep the pace and the chemistry of everything floating, how things continue to be progress. But more importantly, I'd like to know from you guys' point of view, how are you feeling about this trios match, the start, the opening of the match, as things continue to break down. Didn't win the show and ends up returning after things broke down with Grisham and Kushida. Look like they're going to be going towards a big feud. I'll look forward to seeing how things continue to progress each and every single week when it comes to TNA Impact. The show was really good, starting with the opener match, and they kept us highly invested, and I enjoyed everything that was intriguing to the show for tonight's showcase. Then we go back to the backstage recorded recession. Wesley reunites with the Rascals with a nice little segment in the treehouse. When the show returns, we see the Rascals teaming with Trey Miguel and Zach Wentz and Wesley all together, and is all talking and completed a couple of bad laughs and calls and then background soundtracks into this actual segment. They spent time joking about whether or not Wesley is really there or not, or is he a hologram. More importantly, suggested that they handle the new quarter catch crew once and for all, and they head off to the smoke up to the treehouse, and as the segment closes out from there. So it's going to be interesting to see a Slammiversary. We're going to have the Rascals in trios action taking on a new quarter catch crew as they work in double time, as they will be there this following Saturday at Slammiversary, as the show continues to shape up each and every single time. When it comes to the TNA crossover, I'm enjoying how things are continue to be at a smooth transition, but more importantly, it's keeping me vested of seeing where the storyline continues to unfold in the upcoming weeks. Then we have Xia Brookside taking on Alicia Edwards. This match was pretty decent, a lot of back and forth. I enjoyed everything about it when it came to everything that pretty much went on. They started the match off pretty smoothly, a lot of back and forth. Things broke down very quickly when it came to Xia. Controlled majority of the match with a lot of transitional moves. But these ladies pretty much went on the offense when it came to everything that had transpired. They started off with their entrances as normal, as things was introduced when the ladies got the introduction. As Alicia Edwards was valet with Masha Samovich, and Xia was by herself. As things continue to progress on the countdown towards TNA's Slammiversary, this is like it's going to be on the pre-show, which they confirm are booked Xia Brookside, Giselle Shaw, Tasha Steelz, and Faber Apache in a 4-way knockout showdown for the countdown to TNA Slammiversary pre-show on the pay-per-view event in Montreal for this following Saturday for July 20th. More importantly, after the bell, pretty much everything broke down when it came to Edwards and Shaw. They went back and forth for a couple of spots, and then they ultimately graduated to a physicality. Slaps back and forth with headlocks and on Alicia Edwards, who escaped, snatching her an arm into the opposition. Edwards hit a big suplex onto Brookside, and the results of Brookside taking a bad landing on the corner. Edwards kicked away from the ground. More importantly, Brookside standing there holding her hair and yanking at her as the crowd continued to boo. Brookside finally was able to get onto her feet and started slinging punches back and forth at Alicia Edwards. Brookside snatches her up and then hits her with a power slam for a 2 count. After that broke out, Brookside rallied back and then begins building up some offensive momentum. She ends up hitting a lovely Russian leg sweep for a 2 count. Then she heads over to the corner and connects with a middle cross body splash with another close pin attempt. Alicia Edwards knocks Brookside onto the floor as Slammiversary hosts her up before she can do anything. Spitfire duo Jody Threat and Danny Luna makes a save to take her out. Back in the ring as things continue to progress from there, Brookside hits her with a finisher off the top rope with a victory and scored the pinfall on one half of the TNA Tag Team Champions after the knockout. Had a great contested one-on-one match with each other as Brookside pick up the victory, but we shall see how things continue to progress with this building storyline as Zaya's has some backup now when it comes to the lovely ladies of Spitfire. More importantly, how are the women's tag team champions feeling about the situation? I'm pretty sure they feel like they were outnumbered, but they still continue to impress us each and every single week as the system continues to take control of the women's division, but they're having a hands full when it comes to all the ladies being involved, looking to get a challenge for those championships. Then we got ready for Mike Santana, who has a message directly for JDC, the former Dirty Dango. After they come from a commercial break, it was a well-produced segment when it came to Mike Santana. He talked about JDC as he being forced to release the rabid dog side of himself, and that he has been trying to keep Cage to promote their much later match in the later showcast. But it was a different twist things to how they did it. I love the camera angles, but it was really well produced. More importantly, I look forward to this match, as this match really was hard-hitting, but it delivered a lot of impact when it came to everything that was involved in this match. Then we have Speedball Mike Bailey runs into Mustafa Ali's Secret Service on Hanifan, and they started the show early. Show footage of Speedball Mike Bailey trying to attack the TNA X Division champion and his opponents for Slammiversary 2024, which is going to be over at Slammiversary. Back inside the Impact Zone, Mike Bailey calls out Ali. Ali doesn't come out, but appears to be on a big screen response to Mike Bailey's challenge to fight him tonight. Ali says that he will fight him tonight, but if Bailey can't get through the Secret Service gauntlet, he tells him that he will see him real soon. Out comes 4 members of Ali's Secret Service in suits with sunglasses on, looking suited and booted. Then we got things underway as he ended up taking down one by one, taking them all down. This was a rare back and forth match as things continue to progress, as things continue to break down. And when the things continue to be broke down, we ended up having the things broke down after not Santana, but Santino Marella, who warns Ali that if he never puts their hands on official again, before informing him that his title defense against Bailey at Slammiversary is still much on plan when it comes to everything that had went on. But the storyline is going to be very intriguing when it comes to this X Division match this following Saturday. I look forward to seeing more of a progress and seeing how things may unfold. We know this is going to be a lot of back and forth smash mouth when it comes to everything that will be involved. But I'd like to know from you guys' point of view how you feeling about that X Division match. Then we get ready for the tag team action as we have the Hardy Boys making a return to TNA Impact in tag team action. It's been a while since we've seen them teaming together. Taking on the TNA World Tag Team Champions of Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards of the System. This match was a lot of back and forth, but things really broke down very quickly as it ended up being a disqualification when it came to this match. But the match started off with them settling the ring as things initially broke down when it came to this match. It was a lot of back and forth as Myers started off with Jeff Hardy, isolated him in half of the ring with a fresh guy working on him over time. The crowd loudly boos and continues to do so for like forever. Things continue to pick up in the second half of this match as the crowd comes to life after getting the momentum back into the Hardys, continue to get the momentum, working on tag team moves. While Jeff was working on the ring with Eddie Edwards, and things broke down as Eddie Edwards took out Jeff Hardy with a cheap shot onto the floor. Then he heads into the ring where he and Myers and Matt end up having a nice double team spot. The high impact 2-on-1 moves end up helping the System duo set back into the offense driver's seat. As they worked on Matt Hardy, the show heads into a mid-match commercial break. When they return from commercial break, we see Matt is still at the wrong end of things, being beat down as the System continues to cut off Matt Hardy. He eventually hits a side effect, but that buys him so much of a needed tag, and he makes the tag to Jeff Hardy, who makes a great hot tag when it came to everything that broke down. The ring was torn and injury as the crowd came to life when it came to everything that transpired. They chanted TNA and the Hardys. He hits everything in all his moves, his normal trademarks moves. He even hit the Whisper to Ren on Brian Myers. He goes for the cover, but Edwards ends up breaking it up when it came to the initial 2 count. Then he hits the Twist of Faith and heads to the top rope for the Swanton Bomb, but JDC ends up coming down and hits the ring. However, he knocks him off and sends him crashing and burning down to the floor. The referee calls for the bell for the disqualification as the System ends up beating down on Matt Hardy and holding him down, as JDC puts Jeff Hardy's head into a folding steel chair and slams his throat first into the steel ring post. Afterwards, the System holds Matt and forces him to watch as they continue to beat down on Jeff Hardy at ringside with the chair around his neck, as JDC ends up doing it multiple times. Officials and doctors and security finally broke up the situation to the rest of the scene to check on Jeff Hardy as the System stand tall and staying victorious after things broke down. They put a brace around Jeff Hardy and load him into a stretcher, as the commentator Hannafan puts his serious and somber voice into action and sends the broadcast system into a commercial break. Then we get ready for JDC taking on Mike Santana. This match was great, a lot of back and forth when it came to hard action. Mike Santana and them started off in the ring, going back and forth with everything that was going on. Of course, they initially had a replay of everything that broke down with Jeff Hardy, and he was loaded into an ambulance. But it got the brawl underway when it came to everything that started off with JDC bites the band-aid head of Santana and tries to attack him with a steel chair on the floor. Santana heads is bandaged, but in the result of things that continue to go on in the match, JDC, he continued to assault Santana on the road to Slammiversary qualifier. But then things continue to progress as they get back in the ring, as Santana starts to show signs of life and begins fighting back in a competitive form. He hits a big Death Valley driver for an initial 2 count. Things continue to progress as Santana looks for the spin, the block, but JDC avoids it and hits a big slam of his own for a 2 count. More importantly, things continue to point out as both guys are busted open. JDC's nose is bleeding while Santana's head is busted wide open. JDC hits a big high spot when it comes to the middle rope, and he comes up with a super close 3 count, but it's a 2.5. However, Santana kicks out, and then before they can count to 3. But as they continue to charge and hit the floor, JDC charges Santana with a chair. Santana dodges it and sends JDC into a steel ring post. Santana grabs the chair and JDC tries to use it on him, but he races it high in the air to show it off. Then, blatantly flashing, but right in front of the referee begins to beat the crap out of JDC with it. The referee calls for the bell, giving JDC the win via disqualification. Santana clearly doesn't care as he continues to put the beat down directly on JDC through the majority of things as things continue to break down. He hits a spin block finisher, leaving JDC laying on the floor, and shows his head still busted open after everything continued to progress. And things continue to be in blood feud when it comes to these two. But it was a decent hardcore match back and forth, and I was highly invested seeing how things continue to progress when it comes to JDC and Mike Santana. Then we have Tom Hannafan with a one-on-one sit-down interview with Jordan Grace. This interview was pretty precise when it came to everything that had transpired. But they started off with Jordan Grace in a pre-recorded one-on-one sitting interview. She says she is the TNA Knockouts champion. They talked about a little of her title defenses, including the one she's going to have against Ash by Elegance at Slammiversary on Saturday in Montreal. She talked about winning the title from Trinity, who is now working in WWE as Naomi, and being on a run of her life since then. They talked about her appearance in the Women's Royal Rumble in WWE. The talk shifts to her late appearance in NXT on the USA Network and challenging NXT Women's Champion at Battleground, with her losing, but she blamed Ash by Elegance when it came to how things unfolded. They wrap up the interview talking about Ash being on vacation while Jordan has been defending her Knockouts Championship against NXT superstars in recent weeks on TNA Impact. She vows to show Ash on Saturday, despite her belief she is not untouchable. After they continue to go into more details, we see George Iceman on the phone kissing Ash by Elegant's butt, telling her that he's got a manicure and pedicure appointment, and etc. on the road to Montreal. Then all things broke down. He is talking on the phone with her. Rosemary is behind him with weird faces and gestures as they say and see that Rosemary is not too far behind as she's looking to get her hands on Ash by Elegance. Then we got the main event contract signing, which was pretty decent. We had all the respective competitors who were going to be involved in this match. It's going to be Josh Alexander, the walking weapon. We also, as well, we're going to have Moose, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, as well as Frankie Kazarian. We're going to have our boy Joe Hendry. And more importantly, we're going to have Nick Nemeth and Steve Macklin and Josh Alexander in this decent, great match, which I look forward to seeing. It's going to be Smash Mouth 100%. They started off by going back and forth. Everybody had their respective say of what they were feeling. They all signed the contracts, getting things underway. Then we had AJ Francis hit the ring, and he comes out with Rich Swann. And the first class duo hits the ring, and Francis starts yapping away on the mic about the contract signing, and while he should be the main event as being the digital media champion, PCO ends up coming down and causing a ruckus, ends up brawling with AJ Francis. All the competitors in the match end up going into a full-on brawl. Then we had things break down towards the end where Moose was about to put Joe Hendry through a table, but Josh Alexander ended up side punching him and dropping him down when it came to everything that had progress. Afterwards, Joe Hendry was able to hit that lovely slam and put Moose directly through the table, and then his music and thing ended up playing, sending the crowd excited as the crowd fully was highly invested. They were chanting for his whole entire thing. They knew it from start to finish, and that sent us home happy when it came to the ending of the show. But I'd like to know from you guys' point of view how you felt about everything that had transpired tonight with TNA Impact. Were you guys going to be tuning in as well for Slammiversary? Chime down in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, and so you get the algorithm for this video going, as well as hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I hit another video on this channel. More importantly, from all my subscribers, I truly appreciate you guys always coming through and showing your love and support. Until the next episode, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.